Welcome back. Today we are finishing up the curriculum outcomes, N1 and N2, which is basically the laws of exponents. We are going to be doing a chapter 2 test review. So let's start off with this warm-up. Please pause the video and try this question now. Just simplify. Do not evaluate. Please pause the video now. Hopefully you paused the video, and now we're ready to go over this question together. We have to know our laws of exponents, and I have to follow BEDMAS as I'm doing my laws of exponents. So I notice that there's a bracket, and inside the bracket that I see two bases. When we divide like bases, this is a division, we subtract our exponents, and there's an understood 1 here. So 2 take away 1 is going to give me 1. So this is going to become 3 to the 1 all to the 4th. Now we have a power to a power. We multiply exponents. So this is going to become 3 to the 4th. So that is simplified. The second part is separated by subtraction, and we have all like bases. So when we multiply like bases, we add our exponents. So 5 plus 9 is 14. Then we can divide like bases. When we divide like bases, we subtract our exponents. So 14 take away 6 is going to give me 8. So the simplified form is 3 to the 4th minus 2 to the 8th. It did not ask us to evaluate, so we leave it as that. There is no rule for adding or subtracting like bases, only for multiplying or dividing. You could have done it this way as well. We could have done it by the power quotient rule. A power to a power, we multiply exponents. So this 4 will go with the 2, so it'll become 3 to the 8th divided by 3 to the 4th, which still reduces to 3 to the 4th. So it doesn't matter which way you do it, this question, you still get the same answer, 3 to the 4th minus 2 to the 8th. Pause the video and try these two questions. You should be able to do these within 3 minutes. Please pause the video and try these now. Hopefully you paused the video, and now we're ready to go over these questions together. So if you take this one here, I go inside my brackets first, because according to BEDMAS, we should do brackets. So 6 to the 8th divided by 6 to the 5th is going to be 6 to the 3rd, all raised to the exponent of 4. We have a power to a power, we multiply exponents, so this is going to become 6 to the 12th. And then it says to evaluate, so that's the simplified form. To evaluate, I pick up my calculator and I put this into my calculator. I can do it by the power quotient rule. Power to a power, 8 times 4 is going to give you 32, 6 to the 32. 5 times 4 is 20, so that's going to give you 6 to the 20. When I divide like bases, I subtract my exponents, so I still get 6 to the 12. Putting 6 to the 12th in my calculator, I will get this as an answer. So let's take a look at this question here. I have a power to a power, so we multiply exponents, so this is going to become 9 to the 30th. Power to a power, we multiply exponents, so that's going to give you 9 to the 42. I'm doing inside my bracket first. 9 to the 11th times 9 to the 15th is 9 to the 16th, all raised to the exponent of 4, times 9 to the 8th. When I multiply, here I'm going to finish my top. When I multiply 9 to the 30th times 9 to the 42, well, I guess we're going to go down there. That's going to be 9 to the 72. And a power to a power, we multiply exponents, so 16 times 4 is 64. 64 plus 8 is going to give you 72, so it's 9 to the 72 on the top, divided by 9 to the 72 on the bottom. This will simplify to 9 to the 0, which is equivalent to 1 when we evaluate. So the simplified form is 9 to the 0, and the evaluated form is 1. So let's try this question here. Please write this down. So pause the video and write this down. Hopefully you pause the video. And a lot of you are likely looking at this very confused, but It is not that hard of a question. All you have to do is gather your like terms. So I see a 3 here, a 3 here, a 3 here, and a 3 here. So if you look here, all I'm doing is identifying that those are like, the red ones are alike, and then the blue ones are alike. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to bring my red together, and I'm going to bring my blue together. So I'm not doing anything. All I'm doing is rearranging. So I moved my red all to the left, and I moved my blue all to the right. A lot of kids say, how can you just move those around? Remember, 5 times 3 is the same as 3 times 5. So when we go to rearrange these, you can go 3 to the 2 to the 6 times 3 to the 4 to the 5th, or you can go 3 to the 4 to the 5th times 3 to the 2 to the 6th. The order of multiplication doesn't matter. So I'm able to move these around. Remember to keep the top ones on the top and the bottom ones on the bottom. So now looking at this, you should be able to simplify each one of these. So pause the video and simplify each one of these. Hopefully you pause the video. Now we're ready to go over these together. We have 3 to the 2 to the 6 will give you 3 to the 12 times 3 to the 20th divided by 3 to the 12 times 3 to the 12. I might still simplify my red. 3 to the 12 times 3 to the 20th is going to be 3 to the 32 over 3 to the 24. 32 take away 24 is 3 to the 8th. Now let's do the same with the blue. 4 to the 2 to the 7th is 4 to the 14th times 4 to the 24 times 4 to the 18 times 4 to the 15. 14 plus 24 is 4 to the 38. 18 plus 15 is 4 to the 33. So this is going to reduce to 4 to the 5th. When we divide like basis, we subtract our exponents. So this looked to be a really complicated question, but it did simplify to a nice question. So please review this. This could end up being a test question. Another example where we could use these powers is, what is the area of the perimeter of the following? Well, if you look at this, the rectangle is b to the 4th by b to the 3rd. And we can change these b's to any number we want. But if we said what is the area, all we're doing is multiplying b to the 4th times b to the 3rd. When we multiply like bases, we add the exponents. So my answer is going to be b to the 7th. For the perimeter, if they ask you to add up your sides, you have b to the 4th plus b to the 3rd plus b to the 3rd plus b to the 4th. So when we're adding those, we have 2b to the 3rds plus 2b to the 4ths. So our test outline, our test is going to have multiple choice questions and short answer questions. A lot of our multiple choice questions will be dealing with what is a base, what is the exponent, is it positive, is it negative, write in powers of 10 to standard form. So powers, we have base, exponent, repeated multiplication, the zero exponent rule. Anything raised to the exponent of 0 is 1. Negative base rule. When we have a negative base to an odd exponent, my answer will be negative. When I have a negative base to an even exponent, my answer will be positive. Powers of 10 to standard form and vice versa. So powers of 10 to standard and standard to powers of 10. We did order of operations, and then we did our laws of exponents. These are the laws of exponents that we should know and be able to recognize. I'll hand this out to you as well. So the zero rule, anything raised to the exponent of 0 is 1. Negative 5 to the exponent of 0 is 1, or x to the 0 is 1, anything. Remember, be careful with this rule. Sometimes you can get an answer of a -1 depending on what your base is. The product of power rule. When we multiply like bases, you add the exponents. So 2 to the 3rd times 2 to the 5th is going to be 2 to the 8th. The quotient rule is when we divide like bases, we subtract the exponent. So -4 to the 7th divided by -4 to the 5th is going to be -4 to the 2. A power to a power rule, we multiply exponents. 2 to the 5th all raised to the 3rd is 2 to the 15. A power product rule can be done 2 ways. With a power product, we multiply exponents. If the bases are different, here, 5 to the 5th times 5 to the 6th, all raised to the exponent of 3. The 3 goes inside to each exponent, so this becomes 5 to the 15th times 6 to the 12th. The power quotient rule, when we divide bases here, if we have a power to the quotient, we distribute the exponent to both the top and the bottom. So this becomes a negative 3 to the 12th times, divided by, 5 to the 6th. Please study these, be able to apply these rules for your test. Now it's time to start reviewing. We have lots of worksheets to work on, plus if you need more, we also have textbook review. I will post all the answers to the worksheets tomorrow. Please go to your home learning section in your notebook now.